Hi everyone. I thought I would take you on a walk with me again. Sorry if the phone's shaky. I don't have those professional camera skills that other people do. I'm taking you on a walk with me. We're going to go to the forest. I want to show you where I walk a lot, Stanley Park. If you haven't been in this area, I'm on Beechwood, New Edinburgh area, Rockcliffe, that whole spot. I'm technically in North Vanier right now, which I love. It's where I live. And so I'm going to take you to the water. And then we're going to chat. How does that sound? The sun has come out. No more rain. Gorgeous. I'm going to take you to the park. I'm wearing a fitting shirt today. It says take a hike. So all the more reason to take a hike, right? Okay, I'm going to cross the road, so maybe I'll turn you around. This would be good if I got run over, because then I'd have evidence and you'd watch it. Is that a little bit morbid to say? Okay, I'm going to get off the main street here. I'm going to take you to the forest. How many of you are inside right now? Maybe you're inside in an office or in a staff room. Okay, now it's a bit more quiet. This is what I want to chat with you about. So I'm mostly speaking to anyone in the health field. So if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, you know who my cats are: personal trainers, yoga instructors, nutritionists, naturopathic doctors, physiotherapists, energy healers, spiritual guides. What else? I don't know, if you work in a restaurant, especially if you work in a restaurant that says they're healthy. So if they post about fair trade, well, that to me is healthy living. I know that's not specifically healthy food, but it's healthy living. It's environment conscious, it's people conscious, right? So any of you guys in the service industry, if you're serving human beings, if you feel like you're here on earth to serve, then this is for you. So I want to share with you that I sneakily watched a webinar, me and my team, this past week, and it was a webinar that was geared towards answering recruitment questions. So this company, a big box gym in Canada, the biggest one that we know of, had this national webinar answering questions about what it's like to be a personal trainer in their company, which was I thought was a really great idea. And I was curious to see what they were offering. I was curious to see if things had changed since I was there 7 years ago. And, you know, I like to keep a pulse on what's going on in the industry. I like to keep a pulse on what companies are doing in terms of how they are, you know, taking care of their people. I think we're in an age right now where I think, you know, the Googles and the startups of the world, the big tech startups, really started a lot of the conversation around making sure that staff were healthy. And in order to do that, you have to provide things like natural light and plant life. And you have to listen to them. And you've got to, you know, provide playtime. Google with their billiard rooms and their beanbag chairs and all that stuff. I'm not saying that that's the secret to having a healthy and happy team or for a work environment to be happy. I think it's much deeper than that. But anyways, I think that since the tech startup world really started doing things differently, you know, the whole corporate structure of keeping everyone in a cubicle as close together as you can, and you're not sharing your personal life, and and not making connections at work, and it being a very high pressure environment for everybody involved, where work is work and life is separate from that. I think a lot of that has changed over the years, but I will say, I was watching this webinar and going through the notes that one of my team members had written down about what they were really selling trainers on, because that's what recruitment is, right? You're trying to paint a picture of what it's like, to get some excitement, to get people onto your team. And one of the things that stood out for me, something that really upset me and made me shake my head, was they were posing that, if you join this company as a personal trainer, you're going to be allotted dedicated wellness days. Do you guys see the irony in this? You got to see the irony in this. So as personal trainers, I think our job is to help people wake up to what's true in the world, wake up their bodies and their minds and spirits to the strength that they have within themselves. That's what we do as coaches. That's what we're here to do. And that might mean losing weight. That might mean gaining strength. It might mean winning a national title. It might mean getting over and rehabbing an injury. It might mean changing your food, reading a book, journaling, getting some healthy practices on board. But if a company who's hiring me to be a trainer in their establishment says to me, you're going to get some wellness days, that's what you're going to get, that's a big perk that we offer, I'm going to shake my head and say, shouldn't every day be a wellness day? Why do I only get a few? Shouldn't I feel well every single day of going into work? That's what I want to know. If that's what you're telling me to sell, if that's what you're telling me to do, to spend my life serving other humans, teaching them about wellness, as the leader, as the role model, as the person who's teaching all of these amazing people how to do this, shouldn't every single day I feel well in my environment? Should I feel like management and staff, colleagues, teammates, the company itself has my best interests at heart? Do I feel like they're challenging me to be more well in my thoughts, in my life, in my work? So, hey, call me a blind optimist, or a revolutionary. I don't care. But that's the way I view it. And I think if you guys are I think nursing is the exact example that I have around this topic. I have a friend close, I've had many friends close to me who are nurses. Their shifts are crazy. 12 hours, you go nights and then days. I mean, they're overworked. The amount of negativity, the mental negativity, the cattiness, the gossip, the hierarchy, the pitting people against each other, all that crap, can you imagine? That's in our hospitals, guys. When you are your most broken, you go to the hospital and you're met with a nurse that's on hour number 11, shift number 8. They don't get along with 3 other people on their team. They don't like their department. They're tired, they're overweight, they're eating junk out of the vending machine. That's what we're met with. And guys, I hate to tell you this, but the fitness industry is no different. And I mean the industry. I only count myself as being a very small part of it. Very small part of it. And I'll tell you something. I'll tell you the ultimate. When I go to international conferences, there's one called URSA that I like to go to every couple of years. And you see the Planet Fitnesses and the Anytime Fitnesses and the big juggernauts, huge companies. I mean, these guys have 300, 400 clubs in the US and Brazil, all over the world. And there's different chains in every country. But they're all the same. Do you want to know who leads those companies? I bet you have no idea. I'll tell you who leads those companies, okay? Here's the archetype. I went to a gathering once. It was all fitness leaders. I was invited at URSA, and it was leaders. So the CEOs, COOs, VPs of multiple big, huge corporate facilities internationally. And I walked into that room. I'll tell you the exact time and date. I went to Florida. It was in Orlando. And this was 2015. And this is the second time I'd been to URSA. URSA is the only conference that gets everyone globally together. And it's a big conference, trade show, all that stuff. And I got invited to this evening cocktail reception thing, and I showed up. Did you know I was one of maybe 3 women there in the entire room? Every single leader, CEO, COO, VP, was a fat male, white, 57 to 61. And you know what else is funny? When we had workouts, because sometimes they organize workouts and they bring leaders together, guess who couldn't work out? Guess who had the worst technique? They could never train you. They don't care. They don't care. And that's why these corporate gyms operate the way they do. It's dollar-based. You guys know that. But I'm telling you from the inside that that's the case. They treat personal trainers like donkeys. They pin them against each other, competitive for sales. A little bit of competitiveness is typical in a gym, but not negativity. Egging each other on and, pushing your teammate to the next level, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever. That's good. That's positive. But when you're pinning trainers against each other because you want them to sell more, because you want them to, blast through clients like crazy, if you reward them for working 12-hour days, do you want to be that 11th client? Who wants to be the 11th client in a 12-hour day? And this is all the time. Do things happen like that where trainers work a lot? Sure. Yep. But their environment matters and the tone matters. And if they feel safe matters. So all this to say, guys, if you're a client and you are in a big corporate gym and you feel it. I hear clients tell me all the time, they don't like working out where they're working out, but they feel they have to. They always tell me, it's convenient. I say, okay, it's convenient, but there's going to be an effect on your health because it's not a positive environment, right? So, for you guys, you just know that it's actually what you're feeling is true. And for all the personal trainers out there, nurses, like I said, doctors, clinicians, practitioners, especially trainers, you guys get to design your life. You guys are living the dream. You get to help people move from A to B to Z to bring them places they never thought possible. You get to live in an environment that promotes health and wellness. And you need to be honest with yourself if that's the case. Really, really be critical and ask yourself, is where I am actually promoting my wellness? Or are they giving me 4 days a year to work on myself? Meanwhile, I have to wear, look at those puppy dogs. Meanwhile, I have to wear these disgusting, ugly uniforms. And I'm not allowed to take my shoes off at work, even though all the research shows that being without shoes is one of the most healthiest things that you can have be with your body. Am I also not allowed to use chalk? There's gyms where you can't use chalk, and it's crazy to me. You also are in this deep, dark dungeon. It's not clean. There's, always machines that don't work. You've got these rows and rows of machines, and you've got these robots on these machines with their headphones in, and you can feel the tension. And, I've been there. I know what it feels like. And so when I'm watching this webinar, and if I'm reading the notes that my team has made on this webinar, and I'm looking through all of the perks of working there, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, things haven't changed. They haven't changed at all. And it's going to affect our health. And that's why we've got people who are trainers and practitioners who are completely, on stress leave and it's just ironic. Any clients out there, if I told you personal trainers and nutritionists are on stress leave, what the hell would you think? It's like your accountant going bankrupt. It's like, what? It doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you, the environments that these people are brought into, oh my gosh, you guys have to see this. It's a unicycle. You never know what you're gonna see. Anyways, I hope this didn't come off. I had to share this. I had to share it with you guys. And you know what? There's a ton of other places to work. You need to make sure that the environment that you're in is based on wellness. And if it's not, then you really have to reconsider your choices. And don't give in to the golden handcuffs. You know, more money doesn't always mean that it's going to be better for you. You can definitely have both. You can be wealthy, W-E-A-L-T-H-Y, and wealthy, W-E-L-L-T-H-Y, at the same time. So don't be sold a dream when the reality is very different from what they're telling you. And if there's allocated wellness days, when what you're doing is wellness, and if that's the thing that you're most passionate about, you guys are spending every day talking about wellness and strength and positivity and overcoming challenges, and you're helping people, then every day needs to feel like a wellness day. And every day you need to be challenged in a way that furthers you and elevates you, not in a way that brings you down. And if you don't feel that way, you need to change your environment. And you know what? I've been getting some stories from you guys about what's been going on, and I would love to hear more. So if you have a story about this, if you're a trainer and you've been working in a box gym for a long time and it's resonating with you what I'm saying, send me a message. Don't be shy. I would love to hear what you have gone through and, you know, where you're at in your life and all of that. So anyways, all that to say, be well, really well. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything, I'm always here. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I want to show you my view. I just sat at this bench. Isn't that beautiful? This is New Edinburgh, close to Epic. And I just love coming down here. What a beautiful day this has turned out to be. Thanks so much for joining, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.